Now, I'm going to go over doing some doors and windows. Right, so the most fundamental way of doing these is to actually draw a wall. So I'm going to open up the wall, and I'm going to stick a door here somewhere. Right, I might even stick a big wide door. Right, so what I will do is I'm going to change this to relative angle. I'm going to start here, draw one point, and then I'm going to draw another point anywhere along the line at all. Okay, and the reason I'm going to draw it anywhere along the line is now in the editor up here I can set a certain distance to be exact, right? So 800 to that point. If I draw another point there like that, and I want that to be, let's say, 2 meters, right? So hang on. So basically, between this point and this point is where I want the window. I only drew the first one, so I could use that to find the position of the next one. Right, so I don't need the first one anymore. I can just double click it. It's gone. Okay, so if I go over to this side here now, I want my window to be, I'm just going to say 2 meters for this one. And I want the transparency to be 100%. So it's fully see-through. Okay, so I'm going to hit enter to hit go on that. If I go into project view, you can now see there's a hole in the wall, which is pretty good. So just to point out, there is another way of doing it. Right, I actually have a model for doors. So I go door grey. I'll just pick the white door. Okay, bring that in here, and I'm gonna latch it onto this wall here. I'm going to put it here, for example, right? And let's just say I want it to be 500 mil to the left. If I right click on it and go move selection, so rather than trying to work out the maths of where it is currently and where I want it to be, I can just go into X and go minus 500, right? And just hit go, and it'll move it over minus 500. And if I just use the little measure tool there, you can see it's 500. So if I go back to project view, you can see I have a little door there. Now this is just an image of a door I got off the internet. Probably would be a good idea to add in some architraves to it. Might do that actually soon. But nonetheless, it's more so to show that you can create something that looks like a door and stick it against the wall if you wanted to make it look more realistic. Now, to be honest, for most of what we'd be doing here, this hole in the wall and the coloured wall is more than enough. Okay, so that's that one. Now I'm going to stick 2 windows on this wall. Maybe I'll stick one here, and I'll stick one here maybe. So to do windows, I'm going to go into new wall. Right, I'm going to start on this point because I'm going to measure over from there. So I'm going to click, and I'm going to click. Right, I'm still in the coordinate view, so I need to drop down and go relative angle. Right, in this instance, I want this to be 410. Do an awkward measurement. Right, and my window I want to be 1500. Right, so I'm going to change that 1500. Enter. There we go. Now I'm going to double click the first point just to get rid of it. And as you can see, my window is actually on the wrong side of the line, so I'm going to go and change it to inner. Right, if we look at it from the side, we can see that it's actually basically a door. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the elevation off the floor. You might remember me talking about this earlier. I'm going to set that to 1100. That's where it starts. If I then change the window to a height of 1 meter, there you go. And you can put in whatever measurements you pick up in the house, so the height to the sill and then the actual height of the opening, for example, would be what they would be. Okay, if I go back into project view, and there you go. There's a nice little window. Very good. I'm just going to do one more. So go back to the wall. Right, I'm going to start here. I'm going to draw a random point. I have to go and change to relative angle. I then want this point to be, let me see now, I'll go 1250 from that point, click it to there, and I'm going to click somewhere over here, and let's just do something mad like 2500. Right, that's the width of the window I want it to be. So now that I have the measurement from the corner to the start of the window and then the measurement over, I don't need the corner one anymore. Double click it. Right, if we zoom in here, we can see on both pieces of the screen here that the wall is on, sorry, the window is on the wrong side of the line, so I'm going to change it from outer to inner. Great stuff. We're on the floor, so I need to change the elevation to 1100 in this instance, and the window height is a meter. That's fine. Cool. Yeah, so there we go. There's our room with floors, walls wrapped around with a wing wall, and a big door, 2 windows, and a door based off a model. So plenty there, plenty of useful stuff there. Okay.